Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and we're going to look at another game for the DECO Cassette System cabinet, and what an ugly cabinet that is. But this game is called Pro Bowling, created by Data East in 1983. We're going to look at some of the sports games for the DECO Cassette System, of which there weren't very many. But this game doesn't exactly follow the exact physics or dynamics or whatever of bowling. You'll swear that the direction that the ball was moving should have taken out this pin or that pin or whatever, and it didn't. So if you're expecting the general science of bowling to apply here, it's not going to happen. But in this game you have a power meter that will rise and fall before you roll the ball, and when you press the button, then you'll roll it at that strength meter wherever it's at. And by pushing up or down, you can apply hook to your ball. You can apply it left or right, and you can move your bowler left or right. The position that I seem to have the most success with, and we're going to have to wait for the boot up screen to finish here, is just, I think, just a little bit to the right of the first dot to your right from the center position. We'll look at it in a little bit, but that's where I tend to like to launch the ball, and I try to get it as close to top power as I can, and I hook to the left, and that seems to generally get a strike or very few pins remaining when I do it that way. And when you bowl and you want to bowl straight, it's best to maybe move, well, on the left. When you bowl, you'll see this dotted line from where the ball is supposed to roll, and it's good to just lead it just a tiny skosh to the left of the pin that you're trying to hit, and we'll look at that a little bit later. But I'd never seen this game. The DECO Cassette System had not very many sports games. Even I suppose you could call fishing a sport. I've got Angler Dangler that I've done. This will be the second sports game that I've done for the DECO Cassette System. And there were only probably about 5 or 6. I'll do the rest of them later on. And as is per usual with the boot up screen, the game hangs on the last second before it starts up for quite a while, and then it begins. This is Pro Bowling, created by Data East in 1983 for the DECO Cassette System. And yeah, see on the left, there's a dotted line showing where your ball is going to roll, and it's actually you actually lead it just a tiny bit to the left. 1 bonus frame per strike or 3 spares. Your game can end prematurely if you don't bowl enough strikes or spares. But yeah, you move your guy left or right on the lane or behind the line, and you press up or down to change the hook. And you can earn an extra 5 frames for, what did it say, 220 points? But yeah, there's the high score list. I don't see how the hell you can get 11,050 points. That's pretty high. But yeah, I like to try to get it just a little bit to the right of that first dot on the right. Oh crap, I got to split. Yeah, the physics don't seem to quite work. You can nail just the very edge of that right pin, and it should have at least moved to the left a little bit, and it didn't. The pin should have when I struck it, and it didn't happen. That's pretty lame. And again, line up that dotted line, be just a skosh, bastard, just a skosh barely ahead of the pin, and you should be able to hit it. Otherwise, you might miss it. There, I got a strike. 200 points. Those those ball returns are gigantic. It's like the guy is tiny. Another split. Damn it. Yeah, you cannot pick up splits on this game. Or at least I'd never seen it happen. Yeah, that pin should have moved to the left quite a bit more than it did. That's a bunch of crap. But yeah, I like going between. I like going between those two pins to start with, or those two dots to start with. Oh, just barely got it. And hooking to the left, and try to get it to at least very close to full meter. Daddy East did some cool things with this game. And just barely got it. I like the effect of the ball return, even though it's way too friggin' big. And another strike. Goody. I did not get enough spares or strikes or whatever to extend my game, so it won't go a full 9 frames. Or 10, excuse me. You have to get more strikes or spares. They did some cool things with this game, but the physics of bowling are just not quite right. I'm gonna play again. And again, just lead the dotted line just a tiny skosh ahead of the pin. Yeah, I tend to have at least some success just going a tiny bit to the right of the first dot to your right, and then hooking left. I mean, to begin each frame. I've never seen this game. I've never seen any of the sports games for the DECO Cassette System in arcades or wherever. Yeah, if you're expecting the physics of bowling in this game, you're gonna be disappointed. Hey, there's another strike. So far, I've extended my game enough to get to the 7th frame, and there I've extended it to be able to get to the 8th frame. You can see at the top. And just the slightest skosh maybe ahead of the pin. Oh, you son of a bitch! Well, at this point, I'm not going to be able to get past the 8th frame. Yeah, I never saw this in the arcades. But I bowled myself in league a couple years. I got a little frustrated with it at the end and kind of gave up on it. And I get three parts of the 8th frame, because that's as far as I'm gonna get. Oh well. Well, 3,450. Yeah, getting that top score is pretty much impossible on this game. But that was Pro Bowling for the DECO Cassette System by Data East in 1983. Some kind of cool things about it, and some very not cool things about it. Again, the biggest detriment is the physics of bowling just don't apply in this game like they should. But that was Pro Bowling by Data East in 1983 for the DECO Cassette System. And I'll be doing some more DECO Cassette sports games in the future. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Pro Bowling for the DECO Cassette System by Data East in 1983. I'll catch you later in the future with another video. See you then, folks. Bye-bye.